In part 1 of our Eufy E28 series, we unboxed our new RoboVac and had it map our entire house. In part 2, Eufy is going to do its initial clean and I'll test out the portable deep cleaner part as well. We're a family of 4 plus dog, 2 adults, 1 4-year-old and 1 baby, living in a building site, so the Eufy has a huge task keeping this place clean. Its navigation seems to be really good, but it definitely spent its first clean spinning round in circles trying to figure out where it was and what it was looking at. These clips are sped up by about 8 times, so it took its time going round everything on its first clean. There didn't seem to be any logic in what it was doing though, so I kept getting in its way. It also had to navigate an excited 4-year-old, but I think it figured out what it was doing eventually. I didn't realise, but it actually vacuums and mops at the same time. I just assumed it would do them separately, but this one is really clever and vacuums and mops as it goes. I did get stuck on the TV a few times and this stud wall completely baffled it. It is pretty quiet while it's cleaning. The only time it's really noisy is when it's back at its station, emptying and self-cleaning. We've got a mixture of LVT, tile, carpet, lino and bare floorboards in this house, and it transitions from each floor type with no problems, although the shower mat defeated it and it did have to be rescued. Once it had figured out a room, it did seem to get into a logical rhythm, and this tends to be how it cleans on a regular basis now. So it goes all around the outside of the room and then does like a logical sweep of the middle of the room. It's absolutely fascinating watching it return home to empty and clean itself. It's so clever how it sort of looks into its station, I'm guessing to make sure there isn't another RoboVac in there, and then just reverses in. It then got started on the kitchen, and again, I was pretty impressed with how it navigated the dining tables and chairs. Just watching it figure out how to get in and round them is just, it is fascinating. We have an original door threshold from the kitchen to the back part of the house which Eufy can't get over, so it needs to be carried out to this part. It's quite simple to do, and you can have multiple maps set up, so it's just taking it out to that part and setting it to get on with it. We then tested it on carpet. These are pretty thick carpet, so I was a bit concerned that it wouldn't be able to lift its mops, but it was absolutely fine. I also left the office chair there to see if it could navigate round it, and again, no problems whatsoever. Time to take it upstairs, which is even more of a building site than downstairs. Again, it spent a lot of time spinning round in circles trying to figure out what it was doing. Although it says it can identify stairs and won't throw itself down them, I was terrified it actually would. It gets right up close to the edge of the stairs, and it did almost give me a heart attack a couple of times, but it didn't fall down. And again, I'm really impressed by that, because you do hear stories of robovacs just launching themselves down the stairs. Two of the rooms are full of building stuff, so I didn't want it to go in there in case it sucked up some screws or nails or something. One of these rooms doesn't have a door, and you can set up virtual barriers to stop Eufy from going in there, which I did after this clean. For this part, I just had to actually barrier it off to stop it from going in there. It didn't have any problems with switching between carpet, floorboards and lino, and navigated the building materials pretty well. During this first clean, the suction was automatically set to the lowest setting. I've found that if it's on the highest setting, it will pick up anything, including food under my baby's high chair, the bits of fluff that it couldn't do on this initial clean, and anything else that it's found really. I didn't know what I was expecting from the deep cleaning part, as I haven't used one before, but it did a pretty good job of getting some marks out of the carpet These had been there for a couple of months, so I needed to put in quite a bit of effort to get them out, but I'm really pleased with how it did and how dry it left the carpet. So that's the E28's first clean of our house. I need to have a play about with the settings in the app, and I'll report back in a couple of months on how we're getting on with it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.